Прощай, мій край, де я родився, де перву жизнь свою віддав.
This culture is very soulful. I mean, there's really sorrowful and soulful. I mean, this is really, it's the very strong ethical code in it. This kind of inner ethics, which are very much reflected in their songs. So they are not kind of violent people as the current image is. They're really deep ethical code in these kind of warriors, let's say, over the 100 years. And that is very interesting to me. And this goes, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think, against a current representation of Cossacks in the politicized groups.
Different people, you have very different answers. In Poland, for example, where I come from, we would rather interpret it as Cossacks, and we see as Cossacks people coming from Ukraine. While in Russia, Cossack culture is predominantly associated with Russia, but in fact is a common culture both for Ukraine and Russia, with all its differences, of course, and in idiosyncrasies. But what is common for this culture is somehow the fact that Cossacks have never been in the slavery. They have been always characterized by a very strong sense of self-determination, by a very strong affiliation with own subjectivity, also political subjectivity. And Deimantas is looking precisely at that, and he has contacted Cossack choirs who will prepare a repertoire of sad songs of war, so war songs that are actually coming both from the Ukrainian Cossacks, Ukrainian part, Zaporozhye, for example, as well from the Russian part of this culture.
Of course, I came here during the trouble started in Crimea. And it was a very dramatic moment. I could feel it even in the city. City suddenly became really empty, and people were really concerned. Everybody was listening radio, what's going on in Crimea, what's going on in Ukraine, and I thought, how I can reflect to this particular situation. You know, what could still make sense? And I thought, well, probably I have to investigate and to find something particular about that region, about the culture which is coming from that region, which is now under the political pressure of conflict, and people are dying. And so I find out this ensemble, this Cossack Culture Foundation, which is really doing research for many, many years on the singing tradition and in general ethics and philosophy of Cossack culture.
Cossacks are very much there where the tradition has to be protected, and what tradition and their protection is very often vulgarized. So one could also expect actually Cossacks coming to Hermitage doors and maybe calling for cancellation of Manifesta. This we will see. So I guess it's a good opening of the public program. It's somehow addressing also both the traditional way of Cossack culture and its root in both Ukrainian and Russian sphere, but also its vulgarized forms standing for the values that we disagree with.